everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a couple weeks since I posted a video, and you may have noticed that I changed the name of my channel from Divine Masculine Guidance to Open Heart Healing, and that's because the Divine Masculine Guidance didn't really resonate anymore, and well, I guess it never really did. Most of my viewers are females, and so it just started to feel less and less like the right name, so I just changed it to the name of my business, which is Open Heart Healing. So hopefully you'll stick around. It's pretty much the same channel, I didn't want people to feel like it was just for men or something. Because mostly it's women watching me. So anyway, but I'm happy to have whoever watching. I'm happy to have you here. Everyone's welcome, and hopefully I can get some messages that resonate with you, at least one of them. So I'm gonna do a card reading because I really have missed doing card readings. I don't do card readings except for when I do the videos, really. And I was just like realizing that I really wanted to do a card reading again. So I'm going to see if I can keep it to be a shorter time. Nobody watches for very long anyway. I discovered. That's okay. So anyway, please give this video a like, subscribe, share, comment. Any of those things is appreciated. And thanks for watching. And so I'm not doing this reading for any particular full moon or anything like that, although it was just the full moon yesterday in Gemini. The day I'm recording this is December 1st. And but I'm just wanted to do a kind of just a general reading for the energies from like now through the end of the year, maybe for this. So basically for the month of December. There's a big Jupiter and Saturn conjunction in 0 degrees Aquarius on December 21st. And that's a big deal. I knew it was kind of a big deal, and then my guides also told me it's a pretty big deal. But it's not like, I don't think like some magical thing is going to happen on that day or anything like that. But it's just that's a big shift in energy in the cosmos. And we're getting these planets out of Capricorn. Thank God. I've had just about enough of Capricorn. And I am a Capricorn. So you know if I'm sick of the energy. Ooh. Anyway. So, I don't know. Just for anything that we need to think about from now until then. Things to keep in mind, whatever. Okay, so I already pulled cards from 2 of the decks. Oh, my hands are so dry. I just realized. And I'm going to shuffle the last 2 decks on camera. So, and then I'll just show you all of them all at once. All right, I'm going to try to get 3, like I usually do. Okay, whoa. And I got to not lean on the back of this because it makes noise when I shuffle if I'm leaning on it. I hope you guys are doing well. I've missed you. Not that I ever see you when you're watching, but I can feel your energy. I've just missed doing videos. I really like doing these videos. I just wish they didn't take so long for me to upload. But there's nothing I can do about that. No, that's true. I'm not taking out. That's too many cards. One more. I just want one more, please. One more, please. Okay. That's a good one. That's a good one. It's always good to see that one. Aww. These are very good cards. Yay. Okay. And then I'm doing my deck. Wait a second. I think I can shuffle them like this, too. Oh my gosh, maybe not. Sort of. You can sort of shuffle them like that. Okay, I'm going to try to get 3 of these as well. We'll see what messages we get. So, December 1st. Man, this year has gone by very quickly for me. What a year. Yeah. What a year. We got my favorite card in the whole deck, which I will show you in a minute after I get these cards. 3 of these. I have been making some more of these cards for my deck, but I don't have them laminated yet. And then I ran out of glue sticks. I had to order some glue sticks. They just came in the mail today. I ordered 30 glue sticks because it was only like $5 for 30 of them. And I know at the store when you buy like a pack of 2-pack of glue sticks, it's like $2 for 2 pack. No, probably not that much. Okay, that's 3. We'll take them. That's 3. Anyway, so now I am the proud owner of 30 glue sticks. If anybody needs a glue stick, let me know. I'm not going to need 30 glue sticks, but I figure I could donate them to a school or sell them at my garage sale in the spring or something. Okay, so this first deck is the Sacred Travelers Oracle cards by Denise Linn. And we got Answering the Call. The time is now. The time is now. For real now. And then this one says Unknown Territory. You're exactly where you need to be. There's an owl and a, what is that, chickadee? Chickadee-dee-dee-dee. And a person, man, he's walking in the woods in the winter. And this one is Wandering Path. Enjoy the journey. We have a fox looking at a map. There's a compass. Okay, and then this is the Lightseers Tarot. We got the 5 of Swords. This guy looks like he's got a headache. Probably because he's got a crow cawing in his ear. Someone getting a headache from someone talking too much? I've been there. And then the 2 of Swords. She's blindfolded. This card makes me feel like chaotic. And then we have the Page of Cups. We've had this one before, where he's looking at this. I always think this is himself, like levitating, raising up. But I don't really know. It could be someone else. We don't know. Open to interpretation. Okay, and then this is the traditional tarot, the Rider-Waite. My favorite card ever in the whole deck. The 2 of Cups. This is the soulmate card. Yeah. Interesting, it's got a lion up in the sky, or above them anyway. I guess it's in the sky. I just saw somebody on Facebook today asking if anyone had seen a lion in the sky. You know, people who are psychic or whatever. If anyone has had any visions of lions in the sky, like in the clouds or in the sky. So it's interesting that this card has a lion in the sky. It's like an angel lion or something. It's a lion with wings. And then this card also has a lion. The Strength card. This is a Leo card. She's kind of like taming the beast. She's got the infinity symbol over her head. Yeah, that's a major arcana. And then we have the Ace of Cups, which is also always a beautiful card. The Ace of Cups is like a new beginning in love, usually. Or water can be emotions in general, but usually a lot of times it's interpreted as love. And then aces are new beginnings. So whatever, new beginning in love, new beginning, emotional, new beginning. I just love this card. This is like the Holy Spirit. This card to me symbolizes, well, it can be a new beginning in love, but also it always, to me, symbolizes the, like opening, like this is your heart, opening your heart and letting the Holy Spirit come in and fill up your cup for you with unconditional love so that your cup is always overflowing. And so you're always full of love and you always have overflow to share with others so that you can unconditionally love others as well. So maybe some of you are getting to be to this place of experiencing this. This has been the most life-changing thing that's happened to me, is having this experience of having the divine come through my heart and fill my cup. Always fill my cup at all times. So I never feel alone, and I always have love to share, and I always love myself. So this is what, to me, true self-love is. Self-love is partially like, oh, I love myself, I like myself, telling yourself what you like about yourself or things like that. But for me, true self-love is having that connection to the divine in your heart, so that you're always filled up with unconditional divine love from the inside, and you never have to go looking for it outside. I just saw 11:11 on the timer. This is also looking like, never even noticed this. This little jewel here looks like smoky quartz to me. So maybe somebody, smoky quartz is very good for grounding. So, and it's very important to stay grounded, especially during these times with the big energies. So maybe get yourself some smoky quartz and wear it or carry it with you, or meditate holding it or something. Okay, and then from my deck, we have the I Love This Place and Coming Home, with a picture of a house. This card reminds me of how much I love my home. Coming home to your heart. Okay, and then this one says details. And then it's got some silverware and whatever this is. What is this? Some kind of just metal box or something. This is my favorite kind of metal. This rainbow kind of colored metal. Can you hear the airplane? It's flying low today. Anyway, okay. So it's kind of like that iridescent. I don't know what it's called. I can't remember. It's like titanium or something. I have silverware like this. That's probably why I wanted to put it on a card, because it's my silverware. It's all arranged. Interesting, right? Like, who arranges silverware like that on a table? I mean, it looks cool, though. That's why they did it, I suppose, for the picture. Details. All right. And then this one says, thank you, inside knowledge, and the greatest love of all. So this card I made, this one goes really well with this card, because I made this card specifically with this kind of message in mind, how it says inside knowledge. This is like the prayer hands. This makes me think of doing, it's called Gasho. I think it's called Gasho. When you put your hands like this in Reiki, and you can like do a meditation like this. And I like to imagine that like my heart energy is like getting charged up in my palms. So I have you like keep it like open a little bit, facing you, facing your heart like this. So this is again the greatest love of all is the divine love. Divine unconditional love is the greatest love there is. And when you have a connection to that inside your heart, you never have lack. It's everything that you need. And you can have peace. And inside knowledge, so, because it's inside. It's an inside job. Opening your heart so that it can be filled with divine love. I think this is an important message for, obviously I'm doing this reading for this time period, but I'm really, I already, before I did this reading, I kind of got that, I was kind of getting that message of that it's important now. I'm going to be doing a light language transmission activation also, and I know I'm going to do that on basically this concept. I don't know, I haven't put it into words yet though, of what I'm going to say, how I'm going to explain it. But basically connecting to the divine inside your heart. Not just living with an open heart, but actually like tapping into source in your heart. So yeah, it's fitting that this is the message that's coming up. I like how that works out. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know when I'm going to do the light language one, but soon. That will probably be my next video. I was going to do that one, but I really wanted to do a card reading again. So, this card is, this card and this card. Like this has the, you know, the doorway. I always wanted a doorway, an arched doorway like that. I don't know why. Never had one. And then this doorway is kind of arched like that as well. But anyway, so answering the call, the time is now, coming home. And I was thinking of this like coming home to your heart. So this is reminding me of, this came up recently for a private reading I did, but this is reminding me of, do you know the picture, maybe some of you know the picture, there's many versions of it, but where Jesus is knocking on the door and the door doesn't have a doorknob. So the idea is that Jesus can only, it's supposed to symbolize the door to your heart, and it's that Jesus can only come in if you open the door from the inside. And I've always loved that. I even have like a wall hanging of that scene, and this is just reminding me a lot of that, like she's opening the door to let Jesus in, or, you know, it doesn't have to be Jesus. You don't have to think of it as Jesus really, but just the divine. But however you want to think of the divine, is that like you have to open it from the inside before the divine, like we have free will, right? So the divine can't just barge in and take over. You have to give her permission, and you have to open the door to your heart. So that's what I'm getting here, is opening the door to your heart to let that divine love, unconditional love, come through your heart space and flow out to the world. The time is now. 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 It's always now. Live in the now. All right. Okay. Ugh. Hands are so dry. I should have put lotion on them, but then it's hard to touch the cards when there's lotion all over my hands. Anyway, moving on. Moving on. Yeah, these two cards, I see they're both swords, and in this deck, swords are represented by crows. But these two cards just are very chaotic to me, very tumultuous. There's a lot going on here. This guy is getting a headache because this crow is cawing in his ear, and she's like all tangled up because these crows are like flying around her head and wrapping her head up with strings. Or is that her hair? Oh, they're like pulling her hair. They're like tangling up her hair maybe. And she actually looks peaceful. She looks pretty chill, like in the midst of all the chaos, she's just like, all right. That's kind of how I feel lately. It's just like the world is just chaos. And I'm just like chilling. I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever. For the most part. I have my moments, but they're like trying to push her buttons. They're trying to get her riled up. And it's not working anymore. So this is making me think of how I used to be very easily riled up. If you know me in person, people have always, so annoying. People have always thought it's so much fun to push my buttons and get me all riled up because I have so much fire in my chart that I'm very passionate and fiery, and I get worked up really easily, and I'll just I give a good emotional reaction, and people will do that just for fun, poke at me just for fun, which was so frustrating, so annoying. Why I didn't ever learn to control myself so that I just did, right? Just don't give a reaction, and then it's not fun for them anymore, and they can't do it. So this is kind of what this is reminding me of. So maybe that's a message for somebody out there, is if you tend to be very reactive to people, if you're very emotional and you're like riled up very easily, if people are trying to like rope you into drama, push your buttons, or like agitate you, make you feel like, make you crazy, learn how to control yourself. Learn how to, and honestly, doing this, what I've been talking about, of like opening your heart and then tapping into the divine love from your heart. When I learned how to do that, that's how I learned over time. It's a slow process. It's not like it was overnight. All of a sudden, I wasn't reactive anymore. But it's a process. But when I learned how to do that, that's how I found I can keep from being reactive. Is if I can go into my heart space and stay in my heart space, I can stay calm and peaceful, and there can be anything going on around me, and I'll just be calm for the most. I mean, I'm not perfect, but pretty much this is how it is now. I can kind of ignore anybody who's trying to rile me up, or just not get fazed by it. This is like, somebody is just like, I have had enough of this. I have had enough, and I can't take you talking at me anymore. So somebody is in a relationship with someone, of some kind, any kind of relationship, and he's like, leave me alone. Like, this is miserable, and I don't want to be in this situation anymore, and I don't need you yapping at me all the time. Looks like there's blood on the snow. Interesting. I don't know why there would be blood on the snow there, but I'll show you. If you can see, there's like this guy in the distance, and then there's like blood droplets. It's kind of morbid, but this guy's like free. So I feel like this guy is this guy, or this guy is just looking at this guy, but this guy's free. He's gotten away from the crows, and he's like, got his arms up, and he's like, freedom, like, I'm free. And this guy is going, yeah, I'm ready for that. Like, I've had just about as much of this as I can take, and I want to be this guy on the mountainside, free. Might be some bloodshed to get there. I don't think, not literal bloodshed, but there might be a fight. A battle that has to be fought to get to that freedom. Fighting for freedom. But there's no other option anymore. Like, this dude is like unacceptable. I'm not staying in this situation anymore. I need my freedom. Which is very much an Aquarius energy. Aquarius is all about freedom, not being confined and restricted and held down, being free. So maybe this is more, I'm sure this could apply to somebody out there watching specifically, but maybe this is more of like a collective energy of like, we are just about at our breaking point, and we just want freedom. Well, I know that's how I feel with society. Okay. The Two of Cups. So for me right now, this is like she's got her cup and he's got his cup. They each have their cup of love. And ideally, both of them are having their cup filled by the divine from the inside. And then they can share with each other. This one, he looks like he's reaching out for her cup. But you never know. It could be that he just handed her the cup, or like he's about to take her cup. I'm getting the feeling like somebody has been trying to take what isn't theirs, which I guess would be stealing. Stealing love or stealing energy. It's like he thinks he needs to take her cup, but he's got his own cup. But he's just looking at her cup, but he's not paying attention to his own cup. All right. So, yeah, so if somebody maybe is looking to somebody else to fill their cup when they don't realize they can fill it themselves from the inside, and they think they see somebody else's full cup and they're like, ooh, look at that cup she's got. It's full. It's overflowing. I want some of that. I'm gonna take some of hers. But that's not the right way to do it. So, if you think you need to take somebody else's light, somebody else's cup, somebody else's energy, that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to realize that you can do that all for yourself. You don't need to take it from anybody else. You can produce it yourself from inside. This is very much giving me the energy of like a narcissist and an empath, which, labels, but whatever. So a narcissist doesn't know how to get their own supply of love from the inside. That part was, typically it was, shut off. That ability is somehow shut off, like in childhood usually, by some kind of trauma, usually. So they're like cut off, and they don't have that ability to tap into their own heart and the divine within their own heart. And that's why they're always often drawn to empaths, because empaths naturally have that want to give love, right? I'm an empath, so I'm saying we're born knowing that we're here to be of service to others, and we want to give and we want to love, and that it's our good it's good nature. And then the narcissists see that, and they want to latch onto that. They want to take it. They're like, ooh, I'll make you give me your light. I do also have a theory that narcissists were empaths, but because of trauma, it was something happens in the brain. I saw that actually happen to a girl that I worked with once. She was 11 and she was an empath, and she suffered some abuse, and it was overnight she was a different person. She was completely a narcissist. I didn't realize at the time, I didn't have that label for it at the time. But looking back, I realized that's what happened. I watched her go from an empath, a wounded empath, to a narcissist. And I couldn't work with her anymore because of it. It was very sad. There's I don't know. I don't know if that can be reversed. I'm sure it can, but it usually isn't. Anyway, so just if you're an empath, just watch out for people who are trying to steal your light. This is also making me think of this, where people are trying to push your buttons and get a reaction out of you. That's a narcissistic thing too, to get the energy. They just want to steal your energy. They're energy vampires. So watch out for energy vampires, or people who are trying to take your light and take from your cup. Okay. Unknown territory. You are exactly where you need to be. Lost in the woods in the middle of winter. These two ones very much go together. What's this? Wandering path, enjoy the journey. and you're right where you need to be. So this fox, it looks like he's kind of like focusing on the end destination of this map. Sorry, I'm trying to get so that the light doesn't have so much of a glare, but so right now we need to be here in the middle of the woods in the winter, and it may feel like we may be thinking like, this isn't where I'm headed. This isn't where I'm supposed to end up. And you may be focused on like, well, I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to get here. But right now I'm here, and I don't like the here. This isn't what I'm trying to get to. So I'm just putting too much emphasis on the end. You know, life is a journey, not a destination. Enjoy the journey. So this is resonating with me, because I just am like, can we just get here already as a collective, as a world? Can we just get to the good stuff? The 5D heaven on earth? Come on, guys, let's go. But realistically, it's a journey to get there, right? So we have to go through the winter periods. We have to go through the work to get there. And that wherever we are in each now moment is exactly where we need to be. So we should just appreciate it, even if it's in our mind, if we're not judging it as being as good as where we're trying to go. To have acceptance for where we are in each moment, and that will reduce suffering. Acceptance, when you accept your situation, no matter what it is, then you can't suffer, even if their situation is not good, even if you're like in a bad situation. If you accept it instead of resisting it, then you don't have to suffer. Even if it's a bad situation, you don't have to suffer. I had this experience recently. Did I talk about this? I don't know. Maybe I mentioned this on one of these videos before. I don't remember. But I had a day that I was really sad. I don't even know what I was sad about, but I was sad and I was crying. I'm super emotional, right? So that's nothing to me. That's like nothing new to have like a day where I'm crying. But I was doing a lot of emotional purging and crying, and in the middle of it, I had the realization that for the first time ever, I think, like, I wasn't suffering because of the emotional purging. I wasn't suffering because of the sadness. I actually was just kind of indifferent. I was being the observer of it and just kind of being like, oh, look, sadness is here now. This is what we're doing now. This is, I guess, what needs to be done. And I was just like, okay, that's fine. And I honestly, like, it didn't bother me. I was definitely feeling the feelings. I wasn't like spiritual bypassing or anything like that. I was feeling the feelings, but I just wasn't, I was accepting it, and then I wasn't suffering because of it. So I was experiencing it without suffering for like the first time ever. So that is possible. So I guess that's the message, is maybe we're in a tough time right now, and this doesn't look anything like where we're going to end up, but it's where we have to be. Like, in order to get to where we're going, we have to take each step in order. So like this map has a path, and it's like a windy, curvy path all around, and it shows it's going through some forests and stuff. And then like, I'm imagining that this end destination is maybe like somewhere on a tropical beach. That's what in my mind would be paradise, right? A tropical beach. So like, but when you're like up here and you're like in the middle of the forest like this, and it's like cold and snowy in the forest, and you're here and you're like, oh, this is, if you're standing there going, this isn't where I want to be, this isn't where I'm trying to be. And instead just like accept it for what it is and be like, well, I have to be here. I have to go through this forest in order to get to that beach. So I'm just gonna accept that this is where I have to be right now. And yeah. And enjoy the journey. Like, don't suffer and don't resist. Okay, so now whenever I don't know what these cards mean, then I'm going to hold them up together. These are the last cards I haven't touched on really yet. So sorry, the light is right in front of me today. Ooh, okay, I know. Okay, it's hard to hold these 3 cards up together, whatever. That's very like rainbowy. Well, these obviously are kind of rainbowy, but then these kind of colors go with these kind of colors, and then they're very different from these colors, but this is like the bringing in like the yellows and the oranges. So like all together you get like the colors of the rainbow. Rainbows have been on my mind lately. Rainbow is a symbol of God's promise. God's promise. God's promise for ascension. I don't know. This, okay, there are a lot of lions. The lions make me think of the lion of the tribe of Judah, which is Jesus's lineage. Like God promised us ascension. Oh, look, I have a rainbow behind me too. Oh, I don't even notice sometimes the synchronicities. I guess I did notice the rainbow. So God, I'm getting that God promised us ascension, and we will have our ascension. It just might be a rocky road to get there. We have to go through a lot of inner work and healing and growing. We have to learn how to come together instead of being divided. We come together. We have to come together to have ascension. Okay, so this, if any of you, can you hear my enthusiasm for this message? Okay, Sarah, don't be jaded. Okay, this, if any of you are, I know at least one of you is, if any of you are a twin flame, so now I say that now, twin flame, oh, okay. Sarah, just keep the message, okay. This is my favorite card in the deck. It's a soulmate card. It also can symbolize twin flames, which is why it's been my favorite card. Anyway. This is giving me the message that about the twin flames have like needing to come together for there to be ascension, or something will happen so in the ascension process something, and then the twins can be together, can come together. So yeah, that would be great. I love that. I don't know how that's a helpful message really, but just if you're a twin, maybe I don't want to get someone's hopes up. This is, like I've already learned that lesson. Don't get your hopes up, because then you'll be disappointed. So don't get your hopes up. But just keep it in mind that maybe, you know, maybe a miracle is going to happen. Maybe there's going to be a miracle, and twins will come together because of this miracle. Sounds very pie in the sky, even for me. I try to be an optimist, but I'm like a jaded optimist. I'm sure nobody's watching anymore at this point, but if you happen to be watching, still thank you. I appreciate it. Most people turn off. I don't know. They only usually watch like 10 minutes or something. So, yeah, these were my messages. I don't know. Oh, this was just the Ascension. This is my Ascension. Pigs, it's got the pig flying. When I had this card before, is this what I was talking about the one time? I don't know. I can't remember what I ever say in these readings. I'm just really kind of channeling, but I think I mentioned this, but you know, like when pigs fly, like something you think will never happen, something that it would take a miracle to have happen. I think that's what it's going to take for the twins to come together. Although some twins have come together. I have seen some twins come together recently, which I love that. That's amazing. The world needs that. The world needs that for sure. So that's where we're at. So these are the messages for the month of December, pretty much, from now until the end of the year maybe, or especially around the 21st. I got the 12/12 portal coming up. 12/12 portal is a meaningful date in my twin flame journey. So, maybe I'll have to do like, I don't know, some kind of little ceremony or ritual or something on that day. I don't know. But anyway, thanks for joining me with this reading, and I love you all. I love everybody. I love the world. I just want to see the world be a better place. And we can do it. We are doing it. It starts with ourselves. It starts with going in our own heart and tapping into that divine source of unconditional love that's inside of your heart. It's there, waiting. Like, everyone spends their whole lives like looking outside of themselves, trying to find that love that they might not even know what it is they're looking for, but it's basically unconditional love. And everyone's looking outside themselves for another person to fulfill their needs, or a twin flame, or just whatever, or even through material objects. Yeah, and it's like it's a secret. It's a secret that it's been in here the whole time. It's like the movie The Wizard of Oz, where she has to go through that whole thing, and then she finds out that she had the power all along to just click her heels and say, there's no place like home. Coming home. There's no place like home. Like in your heart. I should watch that movie. I think that movie has some good messages. I haven't seen that for many years. But that's what, yeah, it's just reminding me of, like, everyone goes on this whole journey, and you have to. I mean, that's part of the human experience, I think. It's not like we're dumb for not figuring it out sooner, but it's like part of the process. But you go and you like look over here, and you look over here, and you search over here, and you do this and you do that, and you whatever, all the things you do and places you look to fill up your cup, not knowing that you just have to tap in to it inside your heart, and boom, always full, always overflowing. There's never lack of any kind. Okay, that's enough rambling. This is a long video. So anyway, yeah, stay tuned. I should be coming out with a light language video sometime in the near future. All right, have a good day. Bye.